残念だったな。お前の負けだ。
The anime begins with Accelerator, the strongest esper, who was recently shot in the head while protecting Last Order, and a unit in a secret research facility where a weapon has been stolen and the robbers get away. Meanwhile, Accelerator goes to the hospital and Last Order finds him. He gets his bandages removed, but the doctor wants to conduct one more examination after a bullet was found buried in Accelerator's brain. Accelerator was able to recite everything that happened until the point that he needed a device to use his abilities properly. The anti-skill squad arrives at the hospital and shares that the weapon stolen is a water cutter meant to destroy Accelerator. Just then, students named Yoko, Minori, and Hiromi raid the hospital where Accelerator is staying, planning to defeat him and obtain his blood so they can sell it to a bidder. Anti-skill tries to stop them, but Hiromi senses something and pushes Yoko aside. Accelerator appears and knocks Hiromi out, complaining about how noisy they were. They try to using the water cutter, but it is ineffective against Accelerator. Last Order appears with a gift and got caught in the rubble. Yoko steals the Last Order's gift, which was smeared with Accelerator's blood that was accidentally dropped from his open wound. Yoko and Minori retreat. Accelerator catches up to them in the sewers and retrieves the gift. He easily defeats the two girls in a humiliating defeat and walks away. Accelerator returns the gift to Last Order. Meanwhile, a hooded woman is being chased by some operatives. 3 days ago, a suicidal student named Hasami Hidekawa was rescued by anti-skills, who introduced themselves as from DA. Little does she know, they are planning to eliminate her to be used on their experimental weapon. In the hospital, the hooded woman, known to have the ability to control the dead, runs from pursuing DIA operatives. She enters Accelerator's room by chance and asks about Last Order's whereabouts. However, Accelerator ignores her and gets arrested but drops a picture of Last Order. They can find the hooded woman, as they also want to kill her for the sake of their justice. Just then, Accelerator confronts the DIA operatives. They realize that he is an esper and try to overrun him. However, Accelerator easily destroys the van and threatens them. The operatives then bring out their experimental machine, known as the coffin. The coffin attacks Accelerator with pyrokinesis and realizes someone is inside. The operative claims Accelerator can't save anyone with the coffin around. Accelerator hysterically laughs and gets excited about destroying the coffin. The coffin attacks again, but Accelerator uses its own fire to attack it. Accelerator easily destroys the coffin, but Hasami's dead body falls from it, triggering Accelerator's trauma. Later, Eiho Yomekawa and her anti-skill unit arrive on the scene. Eiho learns about DA's existence, as Accelerator explains to them how the machine abilities use the same abilities as the dead esper, and heads back to the hospital. On his way to the room, Last Order stops him in a nervous manner, wanting to confirm that Accelerator wasn't going anywhere. He promises he wasn't and heads to his room. When he arrives, Esther, the girl who was previously captured, thanks him for saving her life and tries to ask him for help. However, before she can finish, Accelerator holds her down, telling her not to get the wrong idea. He only helped her because he had some things to take care of, and if she keeps going on, he will put an end to her. However, after pouring his problems onto him and hearing that Last Order is their target, he agrees to help to show her what it means to be a villain. He tells her to find their location so he can show his villainous side. On the way, Esther recalls being held captive by the DA. Accelerator and Esther eventually arrive in the warehouse where she was previously imprisoned. Accelerator destroys a wall, and inside they come across Kyong-ki, a coffin operated by Mikihiko Hishigata. Mikihiko uses one of the Rosenthal family's charms, which are part of the artificial souls classified as numbers. Accelerator tries to stop Mikihiko from fleeing. However, since he knows that Accelerator specializes in close combat, his ability doesn't affect him, and Mikihiko manages to escape. Esther feels remorse for using dead people like Mikihiko. Accelerator then tells her to stop Mikihiko. Accelerator and Esther arrives at the hospital and Last Order gets mad at Accelerator for cheating. Accelerator later calls Kikayo about DA as they return to the hospital and Heaven Chancellor pays them a visit. He gives them a charm that was recovered from Hasami's corpse. Esther takes Accelerator to the morgue and checks on Hasami's body. Esther summons Hyudu, a pseudo-soul. Accelerator touches Hasami's brain, seeing her memories up to the time she was killed by DA. Accelerator wakes up, and Esther seals Hasami's open spiritual circuit and properly lays her to rest. 2 agents arrive, and Accelerator notices something in their hand. They tell them to leave. However, Esther tells Accelerator that Hasami's body may move on its own. He tells her that that will be the least of their worries. As the two attempt to dissolve Hasami's body with the solution, they discover that it has vanished. Accelerator mocks them and hurls the solution at them. The two agents bring out their weapons to confront Accelerator. Hyudu decides to take possession of Hasami's body and fight, but suddenly gets cornered, causing Accelerator to come and save her and eliminate one of them. While they eliminate him, Esther slowly begins to realize what Accelerator meant by being a villain. However, just when he tried to finish the other one, Accelerator's wounds open up. The other agent escapes, leaving Esther and Hyudu with a bleeding Accelerator. The agent, who escaped, encounters Misaka number 10,046 on the way. Mikasa number 10,046, which we are going to call Mika from now on. She tries to attack, but her attacks are ineffective. An escape car appears, and the Dia operatives kidnap Mika. Kazari and Ruiko talk about an urban legend about a train that never stops, which turns out to be the mobile refuge of a member of Academy City's board of directors known as Riz Nakimoto. Riz approaches the intermediary of the Dark Triad organization Scavenger to have DA eradicated because their recent actions have caused a nuisance. 4 girls are then released from their capsules. Meanwhile, following his fight with DA, Accelerator regains consciousness. A Misaka clone meets Accelerator to deliver a letter from Esther, informing him that they are chasing the DA and informing him of Mika's abduction. Accelerator then receives a call from Kikayo about the Dia and how they are rotten to the core for the sake of their justice. She warns him to be careful if he plans to intervene. However, Accelerator is confident that he can kill whoever blocks his way. The Dia executives have a meeting and Mikahiko discovers that Mika has been captured. Meanwhile, Aho discovers that the Dia agents they have met so far are former anti-skill members. Just then, the scavengers attack a warehouse in District 3 that houses Dia's hideout. Anti-skills attack a supplement facility used by the Dia as a hideout. The executives contact each other and Mikahiko asks for the hostage. They overwhelm them, but the Dia uses their tarantula machine to counterattack. The machine easily kills the anti-skills members. During the battle, Ao spots a group of Dia escaping with a bag containing Mika and confronts them. Anti-skills ask for reinforcements, but the scavengers have already wiped them out. The tarantula quickly turns the place into hell. The scavengers arrive on the scene. The tarantula charges at them, but Seiki Teramaru's ability to modify friction coefficients stops the machine. The tarantula tries to escape, but Seiki destroys it. The terrain gets destroyed in the process, and Aho discovers Mika falling. She grabs her hand, but Mika still falls. Esther arrives, saving her, and Hyudu supports them. The scavengers appear and ask for Mika. Aho appears to assist them. The scavengers argue about how they will take care of them. Naruha Sakuragi uses her ability to manipulate papers and transforms herself into a huge rabbit-like form. Meanwhile, Accelerator escapes the hospital with a freshly charged choker in order to save the kidnapped Misaka clone. Naruha shows off her power, but her friends complain about her lack of control. They claim their goal is to kill the people who are supposed to supervise Academy City. A Dia operative interrupts them, and Itsuki freezes him. Naruha finishes off the Dia agent. Naruha then starts attacking Aho, but Hyudu comes to assist, and Esther allows Hyudu to go all out. The fight continues, and Esther can see that Hyudu won't win at this rate. Esther then notices something. Naruha goes for the final blow, but she gets incapacitated and numbed. Hyudu is shown to have used an earth armor with the support of Esther. Naruha tries to fight, but her paper is no longer effective. Naruha then makes an excavator and charges toward Hyudu, but Hyudu keeps dodging until Naruha makes herself dizzy. The others advise Naruha to attack Esther instead. Hyudu blocks the attack, and Esther can see her breaking apart. Esther asks them to stop, but they don't want to because they are also pursuing justice. Accelerator arrives before Naruha kills Hyudu. Rita Izumi, the scavenger's leader, quickly claims that Accelerator has the same smell as them and tries to recruit him. However, Accelerator jumps on her and uses the tarantula to crush her. The others save Rita, and they all combine their attacks. Just when they think Accelerator is dead, he comes out and tells them that they are incompetent villains. Esther mentions her name, and Rita realizes that they are facing the ranked 1 level 5 esper of Academy City. Accelerator easily knocks out the others, and he scares Rita to death. Following the fight, Esther praises Accelerator for not killing the scavengers despite his immense power. She offers herself as his student, and a mysterious woman observes them through a surveillance camera. They eventually come upon 3 coffins run by the mysterious woman, who turns out to be Mikihiko's younger sister Hirumi. Mika is successfully abducted by the machines, causing Accelerator to follow them. Esther tells Ao about her necromantic connection with Mikihiko and the coffins. Meanwhile, Mikihiko begins extracting the memories of the 10,031 deceased Misaka clones from Mika. Mikihiko taunts Accelerator for his previous involvement in the level 6 shift project.
第一位なんだよ
Just then, Esther and Hyudu arrive at an abandoned building to assist Accelerator in their own ways. In a flashback, Mikihiko and Hirumi wonder how a level 6 esper fights. The siblings plan to use Esther's necromancy ability. Mikihiko explains his experiment, and Esther is confused about his goals. Mikihiko later discovers that they can make an ability stronger by utilizing an esper's mind to connect with a piece of external equipment. The dream of reaching level 6 is not far away for them anymore. However, Esther still wonders if her necromancy is really useful. Hirumi then makes a promise to Esther to do something for her in case she gets into trouble. In that way, Esther will be useful to Hirumi. Mikihiko stops Hirumi from taking part in the experiment that might kill her. Hirumi just wants to be useful. She later recorded a message for Esther and Mikihiko, asking them to quickly extract her soul from her body. She explained that she didn't have much time left to live and requested them to use her dead body for the experiment. Esther then offered to use necromancy to connect her to a machine. With their successful attempt, researchers arrive to take Hirumi away. Esther discovers that one of her charms is missing. Hirumi revealed her plan to manipulate her brother and continue their research. Accelerator continues to fight the machines, but one of the lines disconnects. Mikihiko gets frustrated, and Hirumi calms him down. Just then, the machines fly over District 16 and continue to fight Accelerator in the area. Civilians are almost crushed by a building until Accelerator saves them. Accelerator grabs debris and crushes one of the machines. He senses something and sends the machine flying in a specific direction. Mikihiko, on the other hand, is almost finished downloading the data from Mika. Just then, Accelerator appears and sees Mika. He frees her from the binds, and Mika thanks him. Mikihiko gets excited when he sees the strongest esper. He threatens him, saying that Mika's battle data against Accelerator is already installed in the machines that can defeat Accelerator. The machines then activate to move out. He also plans to install it on Hirumi so she can become a level 6 esper. Accelerator tries to fight the nearby machine, but he gets teleported to the other outside. Mikihiko is now sure that he can kill the rank 1 esper. He then proceeds to install the data on Hirumi. The two machines then confront Accelerator, and he swears to crush Mikihiko's toys. Accelerator struggles to fight the machine with a teleportation ability. Esther arrives and asks Mika for Mikihiko's location. However, they are confronted by another machine. Hyudu protects Esther. Esther tells him that the one he is seeing is not Hirumi but Tawu, one of the 4 numbers. However, Mikihiko ignores her. Meanwhile, as Accelerator fights the machines, he gets excited and whips up a tornado. He creates a fire tornado to disable the machine's camera. With the camera disabled, Accelerator destroys one of the machines. As for the other one, he lures it to a construction site and uses metal pipes to destroy the remaining machine. Accelerator then hurries to where Mikihiko is. Esther is prepared to use Emperor Shun's blade to separate Hirumi's soul from her body. Esther moves forward with resolve, but Mikihiko blocks the stab. The data is installed in Hirumi. Mikihiko falls, and Hirumi wakes up. She discovers Ethel with the blade and sees her brother wounded. She gets mad and starts connecting herself to a piece of machinery. The anti-skills and Dia continue fighting, and they notice the grotesque objects in the area. Mika gets attacked, but Accelerator saves her. Accelerator wonders if this is the level 6 shift that Mikihiko was talking about. Meanwhile, Mikihiko thanked Esther for helping him. Mikihiko then called Hirumi and claimed that she was really Hirumi. Hirumi cried out upon seeing her dying brother. Just then, Hirumi fell unconscious and woke up as Tawu. She congratulated Esther for improving the Rosenthal family's abilities. Tawu had initially ignored Esther to focus on her own improvement and claimed to have communicated with a demon. Mikihiko could not believe that Hirumi was gone. Tawu then reminded Esther about the Rosenthal family's goal of creating the perfect golem. The memories of the Misaka clone's deaths were converted into her artificial soul. Esther ordered her not to follow the demon's instructions. Just when Esther thought it was over, Tao started attacking them to continue her work of 400 years. Tao then began talking like a man and claimed to be the fourth-generation family head, Isaac Rosenthal. He was ecstatic to have created a perfect vessel and body. Isaac called Esther useless and used her ability. Hyudu grabbed Esther and Mikahiko and escaped. The Accelerator appeared to help them. Esther explains everything to Accelerator and grieves over being useless. Accelerator tells her to stay put so he can defeat the grotesque form of Isaac. Accelerator wonders what he is seeing. Isaac appears with Hirumi's appearance, claiming that this is Rosenthal's wish to become God. Isaac mentions that this is the best place for research because it holds memories of 10,031 deaths. Accelerator gets angry after hearing what Isaac said. Isaac thanks Accelerator for the data. Infuriated, Accelerator starts attacking the grotesque Isaac, but it keeps regenerating. Esther continues to despair but suddenly remembers her promise to Hirumi. She brings out her blade, and Accelerator tells them to attack the monster. Mikahiko offers to help because he doesn't want to see Hirumi in that monstrous form. Esther claims she just needs to stab the charm with her blade. However, they will have a hard time locating the charm on Isaac's monstrous body. Mikahiko leads them along the freight paths, and Accelerator commends him for atoning for his sins. They move around inside the grotesque place. However, Isaac is watching all their movements and finds it annoying that he still can't obtain a perfect body. Just then, he tries something and starts attacking Dia agents. He discovers that his progress accelerates if he absorbs people. Isaac then begins attacking Accelerator's group. The anti-skill infiltration team is also attacked, and Eho moves to save them, but she is too late. She manages to save some Dia agents and advises them not to fight with each other at this moment. Inside, Accelerator's group is holding out, but zombified agents suddenly appear. The girls hesitate to fight back, but Accelerator reminds them that they are already dead. Meanwhile, Isaac can feel his evolution as he gets closer to godhood. Accelerator continues moving, and he notices that his battery's juice is almost depleted. They finally reach their destination, however, they suddenly feel a weird power. Isaac celebrates as he finally gains a perfect golem with powers on par with God. Mikahiko realizes that they arrived late as Accelerator tries to block the power. As Isaac realizes that he can keep getting stronger by absorbing people, he increases his reach. However, he is taken over by the false justice doctrine of the Dia agents. The weird power suddenly stops, and Accelerator can now move. Using his power to control vectors, he tries to control the forces from the Earth's movement. He creates a wind draft that brings the group outside. Isaac fights back the invasive thoughts of justice and claims the body is his. Just then, he sees Accelerator's group coming out. Accelerator's battery was enough to bring them outside. Esther brings out her blade and charges toward Isaac. Isaac tries to stop her, but Hyudu supports Esther. As Esther nears stabbing Isaac, the latter uses Hirumi's personality to trick her. Esther retreats as Isaac laughs at his gullible descendant. Accelerator grabs Esther and tells her to stop hesitating, reminding her that she came here to be a hero. Isaac is suddenly taken over by invasive thoughts of justice and tries to create an attack large enough to destroy the area. Just then, Mika interrupts by hacking into the coffin with Hirumi's body under Mikahiko's instruction. Mika claims this is her revenge for her sister's memories. Esther uses this chance to stab Isaac, but he easily binds her. Hyudu and Mika appear and help Esther push the blade. Isaac tries to attack them from behind, but Accelerator helps them. They successfully stabbed Isaac's charm, and his soul was removed from Hirumi's body. Hirumi becomes conscious and claims that Estel was helpful. She also says her goodbyes to her brother. Hirumi's body disintegrates. Mikahiko apologizes for not being Hirumi's hero and falls dead. The grotesque residuals Isaac left start moving, and Mika claims it will explode and be enough to destroy a radius of kilometers on Earth's surface. It suddenly lets out huge power and Accelerator blocks it. However, his vector manipulation doesn't work. He doesn't have a choice but to play the hero when the real one is not present. Accelerator tries to hold out using his remaining electricity, and Estel calls out to him. He recalls protecting Last Order, and he is able to manipulate the vector of the explosion. Accelerator is successful in redirecting the explosion to space. The sky clears up as Accelerator falls flat on the ground while Estel is trying to wake him up. He mumbles some words with his remaining battery, and Estel laughs. Accelerator is later scolded by Last Order for acting recklessly. Last Order offers to get him some drinks and Aho arrives to apologize and thank Accelerator. Aho asks if Accelerator knows something, but Accelerator feigns ignorance. Meanwhile, Esther disconnects Hyudu from Hasami's body. They promise each other not to forget their memories. Later, Esther visits Accelerator and the latter reminds her not to go back to the path of darkness. Esther thanks him and disappears. Days later, Accelerator tries to relax. However, his peaceful days are disturbed again as a blonde-haired woman appears from a compartment. Accelerator must really find Academy City interesting. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know your thoughts and we're out.